you've done a number of cases, and in general terms, what kind of success rate are you seeing with these?
Really good question, Roland. And first of all, to make it clear to anybody, we don't actually do these cases. You're doing these cases, and 1,000 other veterinarians around the U.S. So there's over 1,000 routine users of this and over 7,000 total cases that have been done in the U.S. So we're, as VetStim, doing the lab processing, the consulting, the education, the training, and the processing and storage of the cells, but the cases are being handled by veterinarians exactly like yourself. So when you do a case, and we'll talk horses now, so in looking at soft tissue injury, tendon and ligament, which is where we started some 8 years ago now. And that's the majority of the cases that get done in the horse have been soft tissue. So a tendon and ligament injury, about 75% of the horses treated, single time, so it's a single injection of these cells into a torn tendon or ligament, whether they're chronic or acute, can come back to full level of performance.
Yeah, were these horses that were acutely injured, or had these horses tried other therapies and had treatment failure?
So we track that, and we actually ask on the lab submission form, is this a chronic injury or an acute injury? As you would guess, with a new therapy, it attracts a lot of the older chronic injuries where they've tried pain meds, they've tried surgery, they've tried rehab, and it really didn't work well for them. So I don't know, about 25 or 30% of all the cases we've ever done, somebody checked the box and said, last resort. Okay. So in an early phase of a new therapy, that's what happens. They're really chronic cases. So in these really chronic cases, we get that level of return to performance. About another 20% return to a lower level of performance, and 5 to 10% don't have a negative effect, but they don't heal like we expect. So it's not 100%. So in that 70 to 75% range, a typical owner with a fairly significant either chronic arthritis or chronic tendon and ligament injury can come back to a good level of performance that they were at before. And that means if they were a backyard horse, they can come back to trail riding. But if they're an Olympic horse, a race horse, a horse in pretty significant, every weekend kind of competition, those can come back and perform at that level again.
Terrific.